Good morning, my awesome friends and followers of this amazing YouTube channel and the members. Thank you very much for your continued support as we keep moving towards transparency. I love it. We achieve so much on this channel, don't we? We achieve so much. As a community, we share a lot, we get involved. And look what we did yesterday. Yesterday morning, first thing, we picked up a petition done by a Mr. Michael Westwood, who, believe it or not, is a pub landlord. He's a pub landlord and he has been hit hard. He's losing money. His business is starting to fade. So he started the petition and it gradually built. But yesterday when we grabbed it and we shared it and we got it out and we did a video, I can tell you now, over 1.5 million people signed that petition yesterday. It's now heading towards 1.9 million. Now, you may think, what do petitions do? Now, I've had a few people say things like, but 5 million people signed a petition to reverse Brexit. Well, that's just stupid. Because the majority of the UK voted to leave. So it doesn't matter if you do your petition. We did a referendum. Now, an election's different because this is to do with the fact that the Labour Party, a manifesto that they put out, that they wanted to do in order to get people to vote for them, they have turned their back on it. Now, I can tell you now that 2 million people sign a petition. We know it's going to be debated in the House of Lords. But what we have this time, which we've never had before, we have the Conservative Party, we've got Reform, we've got the Liberal Democrats, we've got the Green Party, and we've got many, many members of the Labour Party that have had enough of what's happening to the UK. Now, that will trigger debates in the House of Commons. Of course it will. It will trigger Nigel Farage, Richard Tice. It will trigger Kemi, the new Tory leader, to work together. It will trigger them to try and oust Labour. I can tell you now, people, and I think we all understand this, students, nurses, members of the public, pensioners, farmers, police, the armed forces, everyone has had enough of the lies. We have all taken a massive hit. The only people not affected by Labour's plans are people still sitting in France waiting on a boat to the UK. They're the only ones. I mean, our defence is falling apart amidst the possibility of a world war. And we are cutting back warships and removing our Chinook helicopters. I can tell you now, for all veterans out there, and you will understand this, Chinook helicopters were the backbone of Afghanistan. They were the warhorse. Without Chinooks, we would not have been able to achieve anything in Afghanistan. We wouldn't have. Yes, the Apaches did the big firepower, but Chinooks moved us around the battlefield. And we're getting rid of them? I mean, our defence is a joke. Anyway, as I sit here and chat to you now, we are just shy of 1.9 million people having signed that petition. Now, it may not trigger a general election, but I can tell you now it will trigger a vote of no confidence in Keir Stasi Starmer. Now, before you all say Angela Rena, the deputy, will take over, she won't take over. She will not take over. She was given a B job by the Prime Minister to make her look important. If there's a vote of no confidence in the Labour Prime Minister, then the Labour Party members will then vote someone to take over because they realise they're losing the grip of the country. If not, it's already lost. And there's a possibility they could be ousted. Now, Liz Truss lasted 28 days and the amount of shit she caused was all over the mainstream media and she was ousted and a new Prime Minister was brought in. I believe the same thing's going to happen to Keir Starmer. He had a chance. He doesn't know what he's doing. Anyway, let's move on. What else is happening? Colleen Rooney. Must call this out. Colleen Rooney is in I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here at the minute in the jungle. But guess what, people? She's had the audacity. She's had the audacity to call President-elect Trump. What do you call him? She called him a dirty bastard. Now, I want to point this out, Colleen. I know you're not watching, but no friends and family might be. Colleen Rooney, look in the mirror. Your husband slept with prostitutes while married to you. So what does that say about him? What does that say about your husband? Is he a dirty bastard too? Yeah. Wonder why I had to go to prostitutes. I'm just leaving it out there, people. Leaving it out there. Don't shit on someone's doorstep if you're wearing shoes with shit on them through your own home. Just saying. Just saying, people. Yeah. And the former owner of Harrods, Al-Fayed, guess what, people? Not only have hundreds of women come forward and say they were abused by him when they worked for Al-Fayed, but it's now got to the stage where men that work for Al-Fayed are now coming out to say they were abused by Al-Fayed. That's shocking. Shocking. It is just disgusting. But you know what? I don't understand people. I don't understand people. Hundreds of women and men have come forward. Why didn't you come forward when he was alive? Why? I don't get it. Why people sit and go, well, I can't say anything. I'm just going to wait till they die and then I'm going to say so. I mean, I don't get it. I don't get it. Hundreds of women and men. It's shameful, isn't it? It's a shameful act that this guy carried out. These predators live amongst us. And it's usually, and by the way, these predators are usually people in a place of power. A place of power, a place... It's just shocking. It is shocking, isn't it? Yes. Well, former military intelligence chief, MI6, former spy in charge of MI6 has come forward to say that Labour are playing a dangerous game. Labour is risking the national security by their defence cuts. They are risking our country in a time where we are vulnerable to attack. Well, we're vulnerable anyway. We're letting thousands of fighting age men arrive on our shores. And what are we doing when the men arriving on our shores, fighting age? We're sticking them in the best hotels around the country. We must look after these fighting age males whenever they decide to be they're probably sleepers at the minute. Look that word up. They're probably sleepers, but I'm just saying. Yeah. Stick them all around the country. We're sticking fighting age males in hotels all around the country so they're ready to react from different cities. That's a great way. Yeah. Wonderful. Wow. Yeah. Another way to look at it is we're sticking fighting age males all in hotels all over the countries near members of parliament's constituencies. They're ready. Wow. You couldn't make this shit up, could you? It's just shocking. And what else have we got here? Oh, an ex-British soldier, mark these words, an ex-British soldier who went to fight for Ukraine against Russia has been captured by the Russians on Russian soil. Apparently his father and his family fear that he may be tortured. Really? You thought your son going to fight against the Russians and who... Do you know what, people? I'm going to be honest. I don't know where these idiots get off. See these idiots that go... See these idiots, ex-British forces, that decide to go and fight for a foreign country, who are willing to kill foreign soldiers on behalf of a foreign country, and then everyone panics that they get caught. You know what? Listen, you reap what you sow. Okay? It's just simple. You reap what you sow. I mean... You were on Russian soil trying to kill Russian soldiers and they caught you. It's inevitable. The outcome's inevitable. Okay? It really is. It's a shame, but it's inevitable. Sometimes it's best to stay home and look after your wife and kids, isn't it? Sometimes it's best to stay back and maybe watch your kids grow old rather than put yourself into a predicament where you didn't need to be. Just saying, people. I know I'll get a little bit of backlash of that, but you know what? At the end of the day, I get backlash anyway and I don't give a shit. Just there you go. Is it Queen Mary? What's her name? Queen Mary of Denmark. This is going to hit sore. This is going to hit home. Remember the Meghan Sparkle, the shitty archetypes podcast? Everything she touches turns to shit. But listen, Queen Mary of Denmark is launching a podcast to run alongside her foundation, and she's going to be talking to influential women and influential people, and I think her podcast will be a massive hit. Why will it be a massive hit? Because she's not an arsehole. Quite simple. There we go. Yeah. And Buckingham Palace is closing for 3 years, going to shut its doors for 3 years while it undergoes a £369 million refurbishment. All future state dinners and all future state visits will take place for the next 3 years in Windsor Castle. Fantastic, isn't it? Well, listen, I'm going to shoot on, but do you know what I am going to do? I'm going to put the link for this UK petition in the description of this. In fact, I'm not. I'm going to put the link for the petition as a pinned comment on this video. And if you do live in the UK or you're a UK passport holder, please sign it. The only way we can get through to our politicians is if we all take a stand. Thank you for those of you who continue to leave reviews on Amazon for my book, First Into Sang and Exploitation. I do appreciate it. It is available for Christmas. But then again, so is Fatima Whitbread's new book for children. So that's available for Christmas as well. I've bought it. Hasn't arrived yet, but I've bought it. So always promote good people. Just remember, always promote good people. Yeah. If you didn't know, last night I actually tuned in. I was watching the Duchess of North Sussex's live stream. I didn't comment. I just sat back and watched. Very alarming to hear that. To hear all the stories about a veteran and an ex-member of Parliament. The allegations. I mean, it's just wow. If true, I don't know if they're true. If true, it's shocking, isn't it? The abuse of power that people have. People in, it's always people with in positions of power that it goes to their head and they tend to abuse it a little bit. But I don't know if it's true. I'm just saying. Go and watch your video yourself and tell me what you think. Anyway, listen, have a wonderful day, people. And remember, Christmas is around the corner. Stay safe. And sign my petition pinned on this video. Take care.